Hello, good people. Hi, I'm Adam Mayhem Gaming, and welcome to Countdown to E3. Every year, a gaming expo is held to show off a company's project that they have been working on for the past year. So, this expo is expected to be held on the 10th of June and also on the 12th and the 14th, somewhere between 6:30 Pacific Time and 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I know you're all excited to see what will be displayed, and today we'll be looking at some games that will possibly be shown, because I know that, this year people have been anticipating sort of games, but in this episode we're going to look at Bethesda.
Let's get this freak show on the road.
Alright, well, mainly everyone knows Bethesda for their Fallout games, right? That's what I remember it for. Well, now there's Fallout 76. It's very mysterious on the info, but I do know, and I can tell you, that the time set is October 27th, 2102. 60 years before the first Fallout game, and 150 years before Fallout 3, New Vegas, and 4. Bethesda has stated that players will play Walker, the last ranger of the wasteland, and it's not any of the lands either. None of that other stuff, none of the wasteland lands. This is an entirely new land that they've apparently wasted and is now going to be there. The game's being developed by ID Software, which Bethesda's parent company ZeniMax got in 2009. I wonder what it's going to be like in 2102. What do you think?
In Vault 76, our future begins.
Alright, does anybody remember that game called Prey? No, I remember that. It was something about this guy, and he goes around, and I'm just kidding. But anyway, Prey is having some issues and things where they hinted at their game being blunted E3, and they couldn't really keep it in their pants, man. Well, on their official Twitter, they made some very blunt hints at an expansion pack coming. One post was saying something about the Earth's moon, and pretty much that was the setting of it. So I guess we get a lunar moon or something, I guess. And the original game fans may remember the Pythias facility that sits deep in a lunar pole, permanently shadowed and surrounded by kilometers of ice. So yeah, I think we might see pretty much an expansion pack or a DLC out of Prey at the E3. That's just my opinion there. Speaking of which, that reminds me, we haven't heard anything from Dishonored, our favorite steampunky-ish ninjas. Mainly because Death of an Outsider wraps up the tale of Corvo and Emily. Unlikely something new would emerge this year, but don't count it out just yet. If it does, expect a DLC. Alright, moving on. Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus, came out in probably about October 2017, I think. That's right, yeah. In September, it was announced that it would be ported to the Nintendo Switch. Yes, the little portable thing that you held in your hand. Yeah, that. Now, it'll be a good time for them to come out with a DLC. I wonder what it'd be like for them to have something like that on a Nintendo Switch, because they've started porting a lot of games to Nintendo Switch to kind of get it booted up, Speaking of which, I'll talk about that another time. But so, let's get onto another topic. Elder Scrolls Online Summerset. which arrives June 5th, which is pretty much like a couple days tomorrow. It's pretty close. Now we might see where the expansion pack is headed at E3. Also, be on the lookout for big surprises from Bethesda, but more into Elder Scrolls. For the first time, we'll get to see some borders from Summerset opened by, I guess, Queen Erin, so to speak. And the description reads, "But darkness looms over ancestral homes of the High Elves, and whispers stir of Daedric flowers organizing the shadows. Rally your allies and brave champions. Summerset awaits." Adventure and some mysterious psychic order, and you get to gain some powerful abilities. Reunite with old people, make new alliances, and unravel conspiracies that Tamriel's very existence. I guess that's an open world sort of deal. So, you know, you have like your mana, your magic, and all that other stuff when you're online. You know, if you're a person who plays Elder Scrolls before, you would pretty much be pretty used to that. And it says that it's pretty much Somerset's capital, where Proxy Queen Alwinary visitors and locals alike will like the Shining Towers and pretty much just the overall discovery of it. You get old allies, and there's something called a Resume Ajar, and you get reveries, a House of Reveries. You get to join the Psychic Order. Let's see, what else? I found some skills here, actually. There's Time Stop, Meditate, Undo, and those are some of the few things I've seen when you join the Psychic Order skill line. So, there's new challenges and rewards. You get to craft your own jewelry, take on a new trial, face new challenges. And that's pretty much some of the things I can think of. Yeah.
I died.
Speaking of which, a couple honorable mentions. Doom had its VR and its virtual reality headset app thing, but it's like that came out in 2016. And, well, there may be something new for it, so you might want to look for that at E3. And also, big thing, Starfield has been in development for a while now, but you never know. You should look out for that on E3 too. Rage 2. Rage 2 is the first game trailer arrived for Rage 2 in pretty much May. It showed a lot, including multiple factions, diverse environments, and something that looks like a lot like a Vietnam War era movie. Alright, based on my conclusion, based off what I just reviewed to you, only Fallout 76 and Rage 2 really hold the most promise out of all this stuff, because everything else pretty much looks like DLC from this point on. I mean, Elder Scrolls has an expansion pack, that's DLC. Basically, Prey's DLC, all this other stuff. And then Starfield. Starfield's the only other thing. Other than that, I don't know. There's not much, man. Move along.
Our future begins.